Girls don't like you because you're not a man. That is something that is really hard to accept, but it is most likely true. If you struggle to talk to girls, if you struggle with confidence, if you struggle with having a conversation with a female, if you have never really had a girlfriend, you've never had a serious relationship, at least not a successful one, then this video is for you, because for most of my life I was in the same boat, and it's something that we all cared very much about because it's tied to our status, our self-worth. Of course we want the pleasure part of it too. I mean, that's just human nature. The whole point of the whole thing, other than, well, intimacy, is to actually procreate and, well, have children. That's the whole point. So of course the desire of pleasure in the mix is also prevalent. But let's be real here. You just want to have the status. You just want to have the true meaningful love. You just want to feel love. You just want to have that soulmate connection with somebody and to experience just the bliss of being in a relationship. We all desire that, but unfortunately, oh my gosh, let me just say, if you actually do end up lucky enough to end up in a relationship with somebody, that relationship will never live up to the hype of a real, true soulmate like connection. In fact, I will even say there is a very low chance that you will ever meet your soulmate. And let me explain why that is. And this should be terrifying. If you really want love, if you really want a relationship, if you really want something meaningful and not just like pleasurable, not just like degenerate, not just like the pleasure part of things, but actually like the love and the intimacy and like the butterflies. And if you really want that, you have to be a better person. You have to learn and implement something called delayed gratification. Basically, the harder you work and the more you... The zombie here. Oh my gosh. That did so much damage. Holy crap. You need to learn about something called delayed gratification. And essentially, delayed gratification, if you live a life of delayed gratification, you will actually enjoy your overall just baseline existence more. So if you don't have a life of delayed gratification, then you are going to be miserable when you do find your relationship, when you do find your soulmate connection, or that love, that relationship you always wanted. It will actually be much less enjoyable and much less meaningful because you're not living a life of delayed gratification. So before we go further, what is delayed gratification? This is very important if you want to really enjoy life and really live it to the fullest and really experience a spiritual connection with somebody. This is something that's very important to note. Delayed gratification is essentially stopping the habits that are pleasurable in the moment but ruin your life long term and affect your mental health long term. So they feel good in the moment, but they're not good in the long term. What does that sound like? That sounds like doom scrolling, porn, eating junk food, gossiping, talking negatively about people. All those things are instant gratification, and we need to be doing the delayed gratification. And the delayed gratification, it's the good habits, it's the things that are healthy, that are good for you, that might not feel good in the moment, but will help your life long term. So we're talking about meditation, we're talking about working out, eating healthy, not giving into your addictions, your pleasures 24/7. Those are all very important things. Basically, and having a purpose in life is another big one. If you live a life of those things, basically your overall baseline existence is just more enjoyable and more pleasurable and more... You just start really enjoying life and the small things in life. And it'll get to a point, it'll even get to a point where you're just like so happy in life that you'll just be staring at like the sky or the trees or the plants and just be like autistically smiling because you're enjoying life so much. You can actually get to that point even if you're like depressed and anxious and miserable in life. You can actually get to that kind of point in your life. It's possible for you. So if you really want to just enjoy your life, if you really want to have girls just all over you and actually desiring you, because think about it, why would you want to have that like love, that spiritual connection, that soulmate connection with somebody? Well, first of all, you're not gonna have it. But if you just want to have a relationship, if you just want to have sex and you just really want to have love, first of all, astaghfirullah, you need to get your priorities straight because that is not the way to go about life if you want to actually have any kind of true joy and happiness in life. That is not the way to go. It's instant gratification, right? We just learned about that term. So it's instant gratification. It's not delayed gratification, meaning it's not actually good for you overall. So we need to avoid that. If you want an actual real like enjoyable existence, a real enjoyable connection with somebody, you have to delay gratification. You have to push yourself. You have to become a man. You have to grow. You have to have a purpose in life. You have to work hard. You have to like live, actually experience life. The more you do those things, the more you will actually be a better person. You'll feel like you're more alive, and you'll actually attract a girl to you. I mean, again, what's the point if they don't actually like you? What's the point of having that connection, of having that, if they don't actually like you? You know what I mean? This is something we have to keep in mind. If we long for that spiritual connection, if we long for spiritual peace in life and spiritual, just feeling like we're actually living life to the fullest, and not feeling like we're just numb and dead inside. If that's how you want to live your life, then you have to delay gratification. You have to live a life of God and live a life of true meaning and purpose. That's what you're called to live. That's what you're called to be. None of us are actually like that, and we need to be, because we need to chase the good things in life, not the things that are just pleasurable and feel good in the moment. Those things are temporary and they go away. The pleasures of life, they go away. But if you live a meaningful life, a spiritual life, a life of dignity, of honor, of love, of kindness, of purpose, then you are going to truly enjoy your life. It's not about money. It's not about any of these things. It's not, oh, I'm miserable because I work all day and I hate my life, and I'm a slave to my job, and my job's miserable. My boss hates me. I can't stand my boss. I can't stand my family. It's not about that. Those are not things you need to improve on. What you really need to actually improve on to be happy is to chase purpose, chase delayed gratification. And you will also reap the physical things, the tangible things that you want if you do that. Like, it's so simple. If you want girls, if you want money, if you want pleasure, if you want all these things in life, you will get them if you just live the opposite way. If you just live like you don't care about those things. It sounds counterproductive, because you're like, oh, if I chase money, then I'll have more money. I'll end up with more money in the end. And that's flawed thinking. It's short-lived. It's not really true. And if you do end up getting the money, you'll be miserable with the money, so who cares? Just like with the woman, if you have the woman but you don't have delayed gratification, you don't have purpose, you don't have meaning, you don't have if you don't have spirituality, then what's the point? You have the girl, you have what you wanted, you have the physical, tangible thing, but you're not enjoying it. So what's the point? So it's about the inner part that is neglected. It's the inner part of you that is being neglected, that needs to be improved on desperately. That's what we need to do if we want to feel truly happy in life. I don't know why I can't. There we go. That's pretty much all I have for you guys in this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, if this video helped you in some kind of way, if it was like an epiphany moment, then subscribe and watch some of my other videos, because I talk about a lot of these things that you probably had never been told before but are very much needed to be heard and very true. If you want to check out my other channel has day in the life content of me living on self-improvement and living a better life and fixing my life, then consider checking out the link in the description. It'll be my channel, my other channel, and you'll see videos kind of like that, like Sam Sulik style videos. But if that sounds good, then consider subscribing to that. I love you all, and I hope to see you all sometime soon.